Philadelphia with a great history of boxing and great history from heavyweights in boxing. I didn't agree with the scorecards, and everybody will say that's because I'm Jennings' promoter. I had the fight 8-4. The judge who had Perez winning gave him the 11th and 12th round, and for sure, in my mind, Perez didn't win the 11th and 12th round, so he'll have to go back and revisit the tape himself and how he scored the fight. As you know, Bryant Jennings is now the #1 heavyweight in the world.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
He's going to face the winner of Stiverne and Wilder, and according to Mauricio Suleiman, they will have an open negotiation starting in August, and that fight will have to take place by November and December. So Bryant will be fighting for the world title sometime in the spring of next year, or certainly early next year. It's a remarkable story, and then I'm going to let him talk because nobody can talk better than BY himself. But for someone who's been in boxing 5 years, and today to be the #1 heavyweight in the world is truly magic. And it's just an unbelievable story from the streets and where he came up to where he is today. So I'm going to let him do all the talking because he's the best self-promoter I know. So I'd like to introduce to you the #1 heavyweight in the world tonight, Bryant B.Y. Jennings.
Get over here, get over here.
Oh man, good evening everybody. Man, this is a tough sport. And I'm sure that all you guys know that this is a tough sport. If you don't know, now you know. You know, it's much different behind, you know, seeing out of my eyes than seeing through you guys' camera lenses. This is a very tough sport. All boxers should be well respected. I'd like to thank my team, my manager Jay Prince, my promoters, Gary Shaw, Antonio Leonard, my trainer, Perez Jenkins, and the whole ABC, Jim, the whole Philly, and everybody who I've omitted, all my team that came out here, all of my fans and all of my supporters. It's been one hell of a ride. 5 years, January 2009, I walked into the boxing gym, and look at me now. The fight was it's something that I'm used to. I've never watched tape on Perez. I actually attended just the one fight with him and Magomed fought. I was actually supporting Gennady Golovkin and Curtis Stevens. Other than that, I've never seen nothing on him. And I worked well. I adjusted. I probably could have started out better, but you know, I'm learning. Yo, Perez had over 400 and whatever, 50 fights total, amateur and professional. Me, 36, amateur and professional, 5 years. But no excuses, I won, I got the win. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, thank everybody who had me winning. It was a great workhorse type performance, and I'm pleased with it. Still got to go back and look at it, but I'm pleased with it. Any questions?
From the media.
From the media?
Did you think
Speak loud.
Did you think the fight was that close, and do you think the point should have been taken away from Michael Perez again?
Everybody hear this question? Okay, he actually, did I think the fight was that close, and do I think that the point should have been taken away? Something had to happen. The ref warned him, you know, numerous of times, and you know, it was over 10 times, 10 warnings. If the ref tells you something that he doesn't approve of, you know, I mean, you can sneak a little one in there every now and then, but he repeatedly did it, and he showed disrespect to the ref by saying that, I don't care what you say, this is my only way of getting to him in that manner, so I'll continue to do that. Other than that, the fight being close, I felt as though that I did win the fight. I had no worries. I had no worries at all. Even with that first scorecard, I had no worries. If the fight would have went the other way, I was ready for any outcome. I was ready to lose. I was ready to win. I was ready to get knocked out, and I was ready to knock somebody out. So that's the things. Those are the type of things that we have to prepare for when we step into those 4 squares. Next question.
During the fight, he was leaning on you a lot. Did you feel that in the middle rounds, the late rounds? Did you prepare for that?
No, I didn't prepare for it. But I actually feel it now. I think I need a masseuse right now. Get some coconut oil and get the rubbing. A different Mike Perez showed up tonight. I expected Mike Perez to trade more. I expected Mike Perez to put a little more pressure. I had to reciprocate my strategy, and that's the reason why I'm so glad I do things that I do, because I'm an adjuster. Now, if I would have had my strategy set right then and there on one particular type of style that Mike Perez would come out with, then I probably would have been in a little more trouble. But me being the adjuster that I am, I'm glad that I did it that way, because I didn't know that he was going to fight that type of style. I'm thinking he was going to fight something else. So it didn't affect me, him leaning on me. I'm 200 and 220 something pounds, and I'm strong as ox. Next question.
Why do you think that
What do you say? Boxing in Spanish. Why do you think he gave you so much problem in the first part of the fight?
I think he gave me so much problems in the first part of the fight for the simple fact that he was kind of playing cat and mouse, setting traps. I was aware of his craftiness. I was aware of his experience, and it wasn't like no type of fear, but it was like a cautiousness. Test the limits a little bit. Fake here, fake there. See what he'll do. And he wasn't the Mike Perez that I thought he would come out with. So I think I worked pretty well, being as though I adjusted. Next.
A similar question. Why do you think the Perez that you expected didn't show up, and why do you think he fought the style that he fought?
I just think that maybe they think they see a wrinkle in my movement with boxers or whatever, but they just try the wrong way. People's best bet. See, that's my whole game plan though. Adjust to me. That's what you got to do. You have to adjust to me. I'm not adjusting to nobody. Far as training wise, they have to come out and they have to try to see what I'm going to do. So I mean, he switched it up on me. So he tried to do something else, and I guess he had to go back to his original game plan. And by that time, it was outworked there.
What had been your plan for what you were originally going to do, and how did you then adjust it?
Well, my plan was originally to be pressured heavily. And then I was going to use my distance well, and then after maybe the 6th or 7th round, show him that I got some inside game too. But he didn't trade at all. He didn't want to trade. Everything was just kind of hold. Boom. So I threw more body shots than anything.
So
you can't get 3 in a row.
I tried. He weighed 10 pounds heavier than he did in his last fight. He seemed gassed by the 8th round. Were you aware of that? Is that why you attacked the boxer?
Even though he was gassed, he still was a little tricky because he didn't have to do a lot of moving his feet in order to be slick. He's a very slick guy, and it's kind of like he'll catch it coming in a lot. He kind of got like a little extension on his little short arm. So, but he was a real slick guy, and it was I worked around it.
Last question.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I answered that question already. I was looking at this. I just don't want to waste questions.
I'm just saying, if it wasn't that point left, what happened to draw?
I said I was. I'm sorry to challenge your question, but I was just saying I was ready for any outcome. Whether the point deduction came or whether didn't, I was ready for any outcome, and the fact that it did happen, it came in my favor. So I can't dwell on that. I don't even know what that felt like. I'm just glad that I got the win, and what happened. That's the way the fight went. Okay, we got one more because come on, I gotta get you. Come on.
You hit him with some good shots. Do you expect him to be tougher than what you saw tonight?
I expected him to trade more. and I got. Can we curse? Because I got to express. I had some shit for him. You know what I mean? So I literally wanted to show a little, a different side of me. I wanted him to trade more. I wanted him to, be on the inside a little more because I felt as though that's something that I thought that he probably didn't know that I did very well.